Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and we are checking out some upcoming balance changes coming in. And first off, they're taking the opportunity to make a buff, and I see Mantikora right below it. Does that mean that Mantikora is getting a buff? Because I don't see. I don't. Anyways, they addressed some cards that they thought were on the too strong side. I don't remember which balance patch that was. I think it was one that I ended up agreeing with. Oh wait, that was the one that took a fleet conjure from 4 to 3 health, I believe, and a couple others that I agreed with. So I'm going into this blind. I have not seen these before. And yeah, without further ado, we are going to make a quick checkout. And then they also have another post that was released on October the 31st. Even though today, as of making this recording, as you can see down here, it is still the 30th. So it looks like the guys at Sparky Pants have finally invented the time machine, or somehow found the Dwemer and learned time magic. Regardless which case, I salute you and applaud you. Could you please use that technology for the rest? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, here we go. Mantikora is... he's getting his guard back! Oh, God, he's getting his guard back! Yes! Oh, thank you! Thank you, he got his guard back! That's perfect! Oh, especially with... Well, I should say with this. With the gates, with Jaws of Oblivion the way it is, and building up massive gates, playing like Mantikora, having a creature that's able to destroy a creature, and have a decent body and guard on it, really helpful in these times. And this was actually one of the changes that I've really been preaching for a while. Like, bring Mantikora with guard back, because it really didn't deserve to take the nerf. But then again, that was back when Tribunal was really powerful. Now, Guildsworn's kind of the most powerful. Which, well, I'm happy to see. It means we're going to see a lot of very drastic changes. And I'm wondering if some of the cards are going to be... if some of those cards are going to be Jaws of Oblivion themed. But I'm so happy! Mantikora got his buff back! He got his guard back! You don't know how... I'm so happy! He got it back! Now, let's see here. We are nerfed by giving it guard to avoid... No. Of course you're choking. It's been nerfed twice. Oh, I forget what the set... I don't know what the other nerf was. That must have been before my time, before when I was playing, because... Oh, wait, hold on a second. I think Mantikora at one point could just destroy an enemy creature, regardless of which lane it was in. And then it got nerfed to this. Still, awesome card, by the way. They're giving it some of its power back as a top end of willpower decks. Yes, yes, yes. That's the exact reasoning. Great reasoning. Late game, heavy removal, shuts down aggro, shuts down the massive Oblivion cards. It will die. Granted, it will die to one of those Daedra, but it will at least be able to take one creature down and then absorb another or absorb a action of some sort. I'm happy with this. Great change. Thank you for bringing this back. Mantikora did not really deserve to get nerfed in the first place. The only thing better would be if casted the net. Now I want Casted of Time to come back. Please let Casted of Time come back as the card we need it to be. Because my god, nerfing that thing has been an absolute pain. I'm happy they reverted this change. Okay, so Hunter Killers is getting a buff by what? Oh, Inspiring Kinsman got a buff too. Yeah, this card does not see any play. And with the ability to now, in addition to rallying, also be able to directly give creatures hand buffs, or buffs from creatures that you play on the field, that could be pretty useful. And in the warrior deck that I would like to make, well, I'm going to have an orc warrior, but I'm now also considering making a quote-unquote hand warrior or hand rally warrior, where essentially you rely on cards like Hunter Killers, Skyborn Dragon, Champion of the Arena as well. All those cards to get a bunch of extra damage or not extra damage, be able to battle an opponent's creature and maybe take him out in the process. Having cards like Mundustone on the back end to give it some buffs when it enters the field. Maybe even a Wrathguard Forge as well to really promote that. Hey, I don't care that it's only going to get one item. I need this first creature because it's going to be the one that's battling another creature right now. I need him to be able to do the damage. So I like this change. I like it. I don't think I've ever seen Hunter Killers be played, aside from myself. So that's pretty nice. And then I kind of spoiled this one. Inspiring Kinsman is going up to a 3 cost. Interesting. And we got it. Looks like a cost reduction down here. That's going to be fairly. I mean, it was already a pretty decent card. It's already had the mechanic of give a creature in your hand, of giving the buffing your creature in your hand as a passive as a passive ability as well. So it's pretty good. I'll bite. I'll agree with this. Might even make a Redoran hand deck or control handish Redoran deck in the future, maybe. And Covenant Masterpiece is getting a. Okay, that we got a legendary coming up. I'm not sure what it is. It's pretty nice. I'm happy to see that it's getting a bit cheaper. And it's going to be easier to use with a Master of Arms. Yeah, I agree. The fear seems very unfound because now we have to worry about like if earlier it's you play 2 of these masterpieces and then the arms could get these weapons, or you just need to all you need to do is play 1 of them and get another really good item back, and it would essentially allow you to get a lot of keywords really quickly, as well as gain another weapon. But I'm okay with that change. I think that's a fairly good change to make. Not really, doesn't really see too much play, and the fear at how unfound. Yeah, you kind of have other things to worry about at the moment. And if we go down, the legendary is Soul Burst. Still costs 1 less. 3 damage from 2. Soul Burst, honestly, still not that great of a card, not gonna lie. Still not that good. It is useful in some situations, but the fact that it's a unique legendary, really, I mean, if you could have multiple of these cards in the deck, then yeah, I would say this would be pretty good. It would be a really good buff, but honestly, I'm not really feeling it for Soul Burst. I mean, I'm happy that they're increasing the damage to make it a bit more of an appropriate payoff, but I've seen it only once. And honestly, it didn't really do too much. I mean, I lost a creature, but I only took 2 damage from it. So I think they should have stripped off the uniqueness, honestly. Try it out, see if you can run it as a unique, or as a non-unique. That's what I think they could have done with this. But I'm not a developer, so what do I know? And another one, Pack Shield Bearer is getting buffed to a 3/6. Hasn't seen too much play. And you're kind of hoping for the... Yeah, I see the reasoning behind it. It might make this a bit better. I mean, it doesn't have guard, but it does have the equivalent stats of a Hive Defender. So maybe in decks that run Hive Defenders could also possibly run a Pack Shield Bearer. Because if you're able to get the Veteran to activate, you're going to give your opponent a headache of a turn. Especially if you can play this card and activate its effect, and then maybe say you're sitting on a little bit of extra magicka. Maybe you use that time to play another Pack Shield Bearer on the back of it. So say you play this on 4, you go to 5, you play another Pack Shield Bearer, you go face with this Pack Shield Bearer, and now your opponent, he can't, if he's running removal, he's not going to be able to use that removal. Well, unless it's lethal removal, but he won't be able to run it regardless. And it just gives it a bit more survivability. Okay, I could see that. I don't think it's going to see too much more play, but I like the change. It's pretty nice. Then we have Renowned Instructor, giving it the extra expertise, and that looks like that's it. Stats are too low. The 3 drops. Yeah, I can kind of agree. Also, I'd like to point out that a lot of these cards, none of these cards are from. None of them are from Jaws of Oblivion, and the majority of them are from the what's it called? The Alliance War, which arguably was one of the weaker updates. I mean, it did give a lot of really good cards, but it also gave a lot of Soul Burst really crappy cards. But still, it did introduce the triple claw. It did introduce in additional three attribute classes, so pretty interesting, pretty good. But aside from that, overall, I gotta say that these are pretty fair changes. And they are, well, I do see Inspiring Kinsmen occasionally. It's not every day that I do, but it mainly dies. Though, ironically for me, it never really dies to execute. Most of the time I'm able to pick it off. But yeah, aside from that, and the occasional Mantikora, all of these are, I agree, all these are cards that don't see a lot of play. Some of them don't see any play at all. Looking at you, pet hunter killers. Hopefully we'll see a little more action from you. And I'm actually going to make a deck that now has these hunter killers in it. So before I end this video off, we have a surplus, by the way, coming. Surplus Gauntlet. I'm wondering, do they have, what's new for this? So, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna be honest, like, it's just an arena condition, not even the best one. I mean, honestly, if I were to lose, I wouldn't want to lose every game, but I want a crazy game where it's just Zoo Lane. That would be insane. Wouldn't be much fun. Oh yeah, by the way, a while ago, and I meant to show this off, but I guess I'm not ever going to. They added in a gauntlet this premium card, Horse Armor. I never actually did end up getting multiple copies of it, which is unfortunate. So hopefully we do see this again in the future. I mean, it's a bit of a, one of those, like, it's bad cards, but at the same time, it's one that I kind of want to. I want all 3 copies for my collection. Come on, who can fault? I'm a collector. What can I say? More of that. Grand Melee. Yep, that one. Grand Melee. I'm not going to talk about that. That was a nightmare. And the time travel post. Yep, they made a few changes, and looks like they're going to stick to those changes. They're making some arena changes now. Moons of Elsewhere and Jaws of Oblivion have a 2x frequency drafting. Following cards have been added back into the pool. That's nice. So, okay, they're adding back in the werewolf cards. Interesting. I wonder what decision made them do that. I suppose maybe because possibly warrior or strength and endurance based classes weren't getting picked as often as some of the other ones, because mage is still really good in a solo arena, or as a really normal arena. And I know Thornwell Terror was a pretty good 1-drop to get. Even a circle like Thornwell Terror, Circle Initiate, and Grim Shield Brother were all pretty good cards to get. I mean, they started off as kind of with not the greatest stats, but you break a rune and they get they could get pretty powerful. And they're taking a few cards out of the pool. Mystic Ancient of Rights, that's fine. Forerunner of the Pack, Enlistment Officer, Unrelenting Siege, Forward Camp, Emmerich's Warlord, Master of. So far, I'm seeing a lot of cards that some of these cards are cards that aren't, they're just terrible in Arena. Oh, they took out all of the, or not all of them, but a good chunk of the invade cards. Huh. I have to say I agree with that. Because in an arena match, that would be horrendous. You just managed to go up against an opponent who happened to have the the gods come down. Sheogorath said, "You know what, mortal? I'm gonna give you." I can't do a good Sheogorath accent. I'm still gonna try. You know what, mortal? I'm gonna give you a great draft this time around. You're gonna get the Oblivion Crisis, essentially. I called up my buddy Mayroom's Dagon, and while we not eye to eye, he likes seeing a good bit of change. So we're gonna change up her opponent's lives by letting you draft a bunch of Oblivion cards. They didn't take out all of them, I don't believe. I think there's still like the Dread Widow or something along. I don't know. It's the 5/3 that whenever you break a rune, you invade. They didn't take out a couple of other ones as well, which is okay. And they took out horse armor. Fair enough. I don't know why it was ever in there because it's a crap legendary card. But I still would want to run it. Like in an item deck, I would probably toss it in as a look what I'm running. I'm gonna beat you with horse armor. They put in new puzzles. Skooma Cat's Playthings contains 20 new puzzles, which upon purchase gives you a new card back and gives you 400 soul gems in the Felonious title. Well, that's great. Unfortunately, you do have to purchase it. We'll quickly pop in the game and see how. I think they've updated. We'll see how much that requires. I'm gonna assume. I think the last one was about 1,000 or 700 gold ish. So that might be something that I save up for, but honestly, like, yeah, it gets a new card back and a special title, but really that's about it. I mean, if it gave me packs, if I got like packs of cards from this, or a voucher where I can go to the store and choose which packs of cards I wanted, then I'd say, okay, this is a little more worthwhile, but 400 gold's a new title and new card back. That's kind of weak. Unless you're well, I am a collector, so I am going to be getting those, but that's kind of weak, to be honest. So, yeah, that's fairly weak. Oh, I completely forgot to read the guarantees a dual attribute, a triple attribute, and a random selection from all possible classes. Cool. I wonder if they would just include like monocolor classes. That I would love to see. I would love to see it just as a, hey, look, this is a possibility. You don't have to pick it, but here's a good possibility. Gameplay. He will still receive the buff. Okay, that's good. That's good. That was kind of annoying. Dwemer is transformed into another creature. He will no longer summon another. That's pretty important. Trigger mechanical health will no longer allows the player to lose a match after being brought. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that was a bug. With an exalted Vivek in play, or Vivek in play with another exalted creature, if you trigger the mechanical heart, no longer allows the player to lose a match after being brought to 0 health again. I'd say that's a fairly important bug, considering I think I've managed to get myself out of situations like that using mechanical heart. Okay, that's good. That's good. They fixed those fabricants. When your Axie steals a creature from the right lane, that creature is now properly put into the left lane if the right lane is full. Okay, that's good. Fix an issue that caused some cards to be visibly missing from the mullion phase. Okay. All right. Let's quickly pop into Legends for just a moment here. I do have the deck lit. I do have a deck list for. Oh, I gotta quickly click that. Oh, wow. Now that is nice. That is nice. I like that. Yep. Some cards got changed. Yep. I wonder if I'm getting soul gems from it. Ooh, now this is pretty fancy. I mean, it's a shame that we're not seeing the, Oh, that is awesome. I like that. I'm wondering if you can have, like, I'd love it to see where it's customizable. Like, whenever you log in a different time, it switches to a different back screen. Like, say maybe you log in, the next time you log in, it'd be like Alexia, and you log in again after that, it'd be something like maybe they do a Return to Clockwork themed one. And yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Let's see here. Did we get any extra soul gems from this? I'm going to say probably not. Because it's buffs, not nerfs. Just going to check for that. Okay, yeah. And this new card back, is it available here that we can see? Because it looks like the game did in fact get updated. Now, speaking of which, I'm going to return back to that now that I'm done using the soul gem. No, it did not. So, is it in here by chance? Oops. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a solo arena run. Why is it like that? Okay, let's just go to the store. Pack, stories. Okay, so it looks like that's, not even a great one. That's not even a decent card back. My Sheogorath one is much better than that. And 1500, yeah. Not gonna lie, the rewards for this one that's very weak. Like that is for the amount of gold that I'm paying for that is pretty weak. Honestly, I probably wouldn't pay anything over 1,000, and that might be even being a bit generous. Like that, to people out there, please do not spend money on that. I mean, there are some things in this game that I have spent money on, and I would advocate that I'd say, like, if you were to ask me again, I'd say, yeah, I'd do it. Jaws of Oblivion, good example. Premium everything on Sheogorath, or the Isles of Madness. 10 out of 10 would do that again. No problem. This? No. I wouldn't even consider buying it with gold. Unless you really, like, I'm going to, for content's sake, so you guys don't have to. But I wouldn't recommend anybody else buying it. Unless you just have a ton of gold sitting around. In which case I ask, why do you have that much enough gold sitting around where you could just do that as if it was nothing? But anyways, I digress. And then of course we have a bunch of this. I wonder if they have new multi-packs. Yep, they've got new multi-packs. Of course, I'm never going to buy any of these. I'm not going to buy any of that stuff. It's not worth that much money. And then we have the thematic decks, which I'm eventually going to get these guys done. So next, oh, and then there's that. So, yeah, looks like that's oh yeah, and then there's the surplus event. Can't really register for it. The win reward, okay, I might not even register. I mean, I'm fairly decent, but honestly, the rewards on this, like, I want to go into this to be able to get something out. Like, I liked it earlier when you had 3 wins and you can get a ticket, so that at least, hey, you know, if you can get to 3, you're at least getting your entrance fee back in. This reminds me a lot of Hearthstone, and I don't like that. Hearthstone, it was 150 gold in order to, back when I played it, and this was ages ago. I stopped playing right after Wrath of the Lich King, which is I think also around the time that I came into this game. And Hearthstone I had been playing since on since the game released. I took a bit of a break during after Naxxramas was released. Came back for GVG or Goblins versus Gnomes, and have been and was like a hardcore player ever since. I spent a fair share of money on that game as well, and those experiences I honestly I wouldn't take back. It was fun times. I was okay with that. Same with I'm not going to play this game forever. Sooner or later, I could just end up going, no, what? Nope. That's it. But because there's a little more to collect in this game and a little more, I have more drive for this because I really like the stuff that are in Legends. It definitely has a bit. I always thought of the top three card games. I think ish somewhat is Hearthstone because it's just been around the longest on the e-game. Legends because I think this is a game that some Hearthstone people may have migrated to. I know I did. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody out there. And then Magic the Gathering. So you kind of have like kind of a kiddish phase with Hearthstone. You know, it's pretty friendly and, well, fairly straightforward, although RNG kind of ruins everything. Then you have Legends, which it's kind of getting to that point now. Although Oblivion Gates really are making it a little too over much. But it's more of a matured thing, so kind of like a, I guess, teenage phase. And then you have Magic the Gathering, which I guess is some people would consider it the adult phase, like in that regards, an adult phase because, well, it's the most complex. You have the most amount of rules, and you could really mess with your opponent in that game. Also, it's the longest existing card game, I think, out there. 99% sure. Don't quote me on that. But where was I? What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying earlier. Oh yeah, I really loved Hearthstone. I eventually moved on in favor of this game, and it's kind of gonna go the same way with it. Like, not yet. I'm still having a lot of fun with this game, despite the Oblivion decks out there. You just gotta power through it, and hopefully one day we're gonna be getting like the expansion that essentially, I guess, breaks the whole meta. Like the decks that we thought were good at one point, like the Conscription Telvannis, the Oblivion Crisis, the Oblivion Gate decks, Control Warrior or Doomcrag or Control Warrior, Burn Assassin, Aggro Crusader, all those. And an expansion comes out, takes those decks and goes, all right, I'm gonna break them all up, and here's the new meta, and a new pile of decks comes up through it. So I'm hoping we get that expansion. But until that day comes, thank you for listening to all these patch notes. I apologize that there's no content or no gameplay in this. I will be releasing what I have currently with this assassin version of the OTEK deck. I took it and modified it. I'm not going to show the deck list off in this video, but know that it's there. I have it made. I just need to do a little bit of testing, and then I'll be ready to share it with you guys. I had a couple other ideas, like say I had a mage in mind as well. I think I also Battle Mage was one that I went and said, nah, I don't want to. Guild Sworn was another one because you can get a lot of draw cards off of strength and off a combination of strength and willpower. I ended up saying actually no to Battle Mage just because... why did I say no to Battle Mage? I feel like I might be missing out on something with Battle Mage. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, how am I going to be able to achieve the same result with a Hannibal OTK? Well, it's a 4-card combo now, and requires a minimum of 2 turns setup. So essentially I have to get Hannibal on the field and then allow him to survive for a turn. Or I'm able to reduce the cost of several cards in this combo in order to pull off this combo. In order to do that, there's a few things that I need to do, but it's possible. It is 110% possible to be able to pull this combo off, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to do that. So, until next time, thank you for watching. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you really enjoy, hit that like button if you are happy to see Mantikora getting that change back. I know I am. Where's the guy? Where's Mantikora? I'm happy to see that. Oh, actually, I can just pop it up in Legends again. Hold on. Pop it up in Legends. Hop over to Mantikora and see the glory days. Back in the heyday. Mantikora is back. Hit that like button if you're excited about that, or just hit the like button in general if you enjoyed seeing what I had to show. Subscribe. I've said that one. Share this video with anybody who you think will enjoy the Mantikora change and maybe enjoys this sort of content. And also maybe tell them that if they enjoyed, subscribe, and maybe check out some of the other videos that I do. I do a lot more than just Legends. I have a RimWorld series, a Civilization 4 series, and a Skyrim series, just to name a couple of them. Skyrim series, so far, so good. Still trying to figure out a few video quality issues on that. Hopefully I'll have that fixed. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take it easy.